fall fragrances for women that men love. So I have a small list here of autumn fragrances that are pretty just delicious on all accounts. And as always, if you're interested in any of them, they are available as Amazon affiliate links down in the description below. Now I'm going to start with one that I've recently run out of, which is the ever classic Obsession from Calvin Klein. Completely empty. So this is pretty much the kind of original animalistic woodsy scent for women. It came out in the 80s. It was extremely popular in the 80s. These days not so much, but because it's not mainstream anymore, it means it's a unique choice. So this is extremely, extremely strong. If you don't like strong, animalistic, musky fragrances, this is not for you. If you do like those notes, then, you know, consider this, because this is just a really, really seductive, heavy, musky sort of scent. Its longevity, I would say 8 hours minimum. It is really, really good. You don't have to reapply it once you put it on. It'll last, you know, all day, all evening, whenever you need it. Really, really reliable fragrance, really nice smelling. Besides the animalistic musk, it's also very, very woodsy. So you get these two types of notes thrown in here, and just in general, it's really nicely balanced. It's definitely, you know, it's not too much in your face, but it makes itself known. It will kind of spread across the room. Everyone will be able to smell that you're wearing this. You don't have to put a lot on. You know, this is kind of like a balm in terms of animalistic and woodsy notes. Then, if this is a little bit too intense for you, and it is a little bit intense for some people, then I would say a little bit more on the modern and sweet side, Instant Crush from Monera. It's kind of similar to Baccarat Rouge 540, but more toned back, not as sweet, and not quite as strong, but still pretty strong. So this is unisex actually, and it does a lot of interesting things. It has some unique notes like saffron and ginger and amberwood and musk, things like that. So you got all these really interesting notes mixed together to create this concoction of sweet and spicy for the most part. Those are the main kind of scent profiles that you get from Instant Crush. It is really nice for the autumn because it's really warm, but it's more of a sweet warm than a purely musky warm. It lasts a really long time. I would say probably 7 to 8 hours. Depends on the person, of course, but definitely a long-lasting fragrance. Very prominent. People can easily detect this on you, even if they're, you know, across the room. Very prominent. And again, kind of the preferred choice if you just like sweeter, spicier fragrances. Then, going into the vintage territory, but I still think this works pretty well in modern day, this is Taboo from Dana. So this came out in the 1930s, which is a long time ago, but this is still really, really good. So the thing about this is that it's very affordable. It's considered a drugstore fragrance these days, but back in the day it was pretty luxurious. It was considered the forbidden fragrance. And the thing about this is that it is extremely, extremely smoky and warm and spicy. It's just super heavy, really, really intense. It's probably one of the smokiest, most incensey fragrances you can ever come across. It's stronger than Obsession, I would say, from Calvin Klein. This is a step up, but instead of animalistic, it's just more smoky and a bit more resinous, kind of ambery. But this is really, really good for the autumn because it is super warm. You know, this is one of the warmest fragrances out there. And like I said, it's pretty affordable. You get this whole bottle. I think I got this for $20, so you're getting a pretty good deal. Just make sure that you know that you like resinous and smoky fragrances, because this is what this is, and if you don't like those notes, you will not enjoy this. Longevity on this as well is really, really strong. I would say 6 to 8 hours, you know, it kind of varies, but really good all around, very kind of autumnal, I would say. Then, going back into the modern side of things, but still kind of smoky, which is Monera Red Tobacco. So I really like the scent. I think it's a really nice fall scent. It's very attractive. It is unisex, actually. But it's a little bit on the sweeter side, kind of similar to Instant Crush, which is unisex but on the sweeter side. So you got the sweetness from a very nice vanilla note that it has, which warms it up a little bit. And then of course you got the tobacco note, which is very smoky, but in a smooth way, a very kind of sophisticated way, which is nice because, you know, you don't want to wear something that's like a bonfire just like coming at you. So this is more of a refined, smoky scent, and it's just nice. It's kind of more of a cozy sort of scent because it mixes that sweetness with the smokiness, which is a pretty unique thing to do. Usually smokiness is either, you know, just full masculine smokiness, or on the opposite side of the spectrum, you got this sweet note, which is more of a pure feminine note. But this blends the two, so it has this really harmonious kind of mixture. It evolves on the skin over time, it becomes warmer over time. So it's just an interesting scent, very strong. You don't have to reapply this. You know, you just put it on once and it pretty much lasts 8 hours. In most accounts, 8 hours is a good limit for this fragrance. And yeah, the mixture of the vanilla and the tobacco is just really, really nice. Then coming out to the other one, which is Initio Musk Therapy. This is nice if you prefer something for autumn that's more on the subtle side, because, you know, some of these other ones, and for fall fragrances in general, they're usually pretty strong, pretty intense, you know, sometimes a little bit much for some people, but Musk Therapy is really nice because it's subtle. So it is a musk fragrance, as you can guess from the name, but it's not so animalistic like Obsession. It's more of a very smooth, clean, light sort of musk. Really not animalistic, hardly at all. So that makes it very smooth and soft and warm and cozy. So that's best for those, again, who don't want anything crazy. They don't want to smell like this just loud scent cloud. So this is better for, you know, just kind of a more modest sort of smell, but still very elegant, very warm enough for the autumn. You know, it's not too fresh or cold or anything. It's still nice and cozy for the colder months. Now, because it is a lighter sort of scent, it's not going to last as long. It's probably more like 4-hour longevity, but the smell alone, you know, how unique it is, you know, it kind of overcomes that downside that it has. But those are pretty much the main scents that are, you know, really good for women during the fall and that men like. So hopefully you found this video helpful. If you did, of course, leave a like and maybe subscribe. And I make a few videos throughout the week, so don't forget about those.